Sitting next to me is Mr. Ian Lambert from Australia. So he is CEO and founder of Lambert Locations. And over the past 20 years has been heavily involved in the development of the AS5488 utility classification standard for Australia. So Ian, you just shared your experience, your insights from developing those standards. So in Singapore, we are now considering the improvement and extension of the current utility surveying standards. So what, according to you, were the key principles for establishing the standards for quality levels for utilities in Australia?
As we didn't have anything at all, which most countries don't, we wanted to try and get just uniform information. We wanted to get something that's achievable every time and something that anyone can follow. As in, to be a surveyor, yes, you should be licensed. To be a locator, you should be certified. To put them together, you need to be able to provide information to the end user in a product that's going to be similar every time. So whether you do the work or I do the work, the end user is going to get the same product. And that was the intention, was to make sure that we're all working on the same page, we're all doing it to the same level, we're all giving the end user the same sort of information of whatever they want to do for whatever the project is. Whether it be cost-based or whether it be has to be perfectly accurate, that doesn't matter as long as I know how to present it to you and you know what information you're going to get. So that was kind of the principal idea of that.
We understand that getting reliable information on utilities is about more than just standards. Often we talk about an ecosystem in Singapore. So what do you think are the key factors needed to establish such an ecosystem for reliable information?
In terms of the information that we gather, again, it's so that we can use it. We want to eliminate errors. We want to make sure that the information we're collecting is of value. We want to make sure that we have a database, hopefully, that someone can use and come back and draw on at a later date. The utility owners in Australia have information, but they only normally share it in a poor quality level. And it's up to us to validate that information or pick up that information and provide it to the end user again in a suitable manner. But what we start needing to doing in that is make sure that everything's usable again. Instead of doing things 2 and 3 times, do it once, do it right. And then the information is there forever.
So some efforts are needed to capture that information, store it somewhere, and share it back to the people that need it.
That's correct. Yeah.
I understand that you're also involved in the assessment of qualified people for utility surveying. So what do you believe makes a good utility surveyor?
Being able to apply the standard in a real world situation. So understanding the standard, understanding what the information is, having your knowledge, applying that information to the product that you're going to deliver for your clients. So I said you've got to have pride in what you're doing, have the knowledge of what you're doing. If it's a survey situation or just a utility locate situation, you got to have that experience and you got to know what you're doing. So it's no point having someone that's not qualified, not knowing what they're doing, picking up information and trying to call it a wrong quality. So I said you really need to know your industry. You need to know what's best for the client, how you're going to achieve it, and be confident in what you're doing. The same with certified locators. I said they've got to be competent too. So it's got to be confident and competent.
So Ian, today we had a few very interesting stories presented to us, including yours. We discussed the value of reliable information of the underground. We discussed what's needed to establish that and what might lead to it not happening, to it failing. So what do you think is the next step for DUConnect?
From my opinion, I think anyone within this industry, not only from this country, but anyone that's interested in this, needs to join your organisation, sign up to your website, receive your newsletters, contribute. We have technology now where you don't have to be in the same room, although it makes it easier. I said we do have the ability to give presentations and do things online. Being part of a global network discussing, it's not like we don't have the same problems that you're going to have tomorrow that the US or Canada or UK didn't have yesterday. So we're going to face the same problems, and the more people that we can get talking about this, I think the more benefit we can gain. And so that just means, signing up to you guys. Said to give this information. I said it's just got to be a one in all in situation. You can't just have a leader and everyone following. So we've got to have people willing to put in time.
Great, thank you. I appreciate that. And Digital Underground Connect, even though we are in Singapore, is indeed open to all who are interested to join. So people can find us on the website, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, and sign up for a mailing list and be informed about the next event, the next speakers.